if you're just beginning to use soft pastels, then it's very important to actually feel the pastel, how it works and what marks it can create. You are basically drawing with your fingers, so the more dexterity and the more movement you have in your hand, it's going to allow you to create more varied and more interesting marks. And especially if you would like to paint in a more expressionistic style, this is going to kind of loosen you up a bit. So what I'm going to do, I have two pastels, lighter and a darker color, and now we're going to look at different exercises that we can do together to actually loosen up the hand, the wrist, and to see what we can do with this wonderful medium. So let's start with the lighter one. So for this you'll need paper, any pastel paper with a neutral tone. Don't take white or black, and very dark ones, and 2 colors of pastels. So the first thing that we will do is we will just see what marks we can create. So if you take the pastel and pull it, you can create a mark on the paper that is the same all through. But the problem with these kind of marks, it's great to cover a surface or to create an area where you can actually blend this, but it doesn't look very interesting, especially in expressive work. So what we can do, we can use our pastel and put pressure on one side or the other. So if I put pressure on one side, you can see how more interesting the mark becomes. We can do the same thing if we push on the other side, and this is what we get. So this is a great exercise to learn the pressure that you need to do to actually get marks on the paper. In a perfect world, your marks should not look the same. They should be varied. There should be some life to them. So this is the basic kind of mark that you can make with pastels. The next one I will show you is kind of turning the pastel. So we're going to be using all these in some small exercises as well. So let's turn the pastel, and what I'm doing, I'm creating a line, and then I'm turning the pastel, was meshed that, and creating this kind of a shape. So practice creating these shapes, and also they should not look the same. So try to put pressure on different sides of the pastel to create varied marks. We can do the same thing into the other direction, which is a bit more uncomfortable for me because I am right-handed, but you do the same. You do mark and you pull. So these kind of fluid marks are really beautiful. So this is another way to use the pastels. Now let's try with our darker pastel, and what we're going to do is we're going to create an edge on the ones that we drew already. And as you're noticing, I'm pressing only on the left side of pastel. I'm not pressing on the right side. So you can see that it creates this kind of a 3D effect already. You can also add lines here. So this is another mark that we will be learning now. And let's try to add pressure to the right side of the pastel as well. So this is one way of using your pastels. Let's switch to a new page. Here we're going to be practicing with lines. So you might think that you can use create lines like that, and that is it in soft pastel. So just by dragging the pastel. But the most amazing thing about pastels is that you can use the whole pastel to create lines, and you can create choppy strokes which are not going to look the same. So this is amazing for blades of grass or different things that are actually quite pointy, or if you do it slower, you can actually make it more precise. But notice how the ends are actually thinner than the line in the middle, and this line looks more alive, more pleasant than the line that I drew just by dragging the pastel like that. So you can see the difference. So the same thing we do into the other direction. see which side is best for you. See which side is best for you. You can see that my marks towards the right are a lot better than the marks towards the left because I'm right-handed. So it's probably going to be the opposite if you're left-handed. So this is another way, but we can also make lines with the tip of our pastel and still make them look attractive. So what I'm doing is I'm moving my pastel as I'm moving through the paper. And I'm doing these choppy motions. And this is great for making those twigs. You can also do it in the other direction. And the less pressure you put, the less fat the line is going to look. So, and you can see how, if I were to draw a line just like that, how more interesting these lines look. So that's the second thing. Let's move to exercises. So one of the exercises that is really good to do is creating these fluid lines that go from thick to thin to thick again in different directions. And then let's do another one here. And then adding some dimension to them, adding shadow parts on one side or on the other so that we can create the 3D forms. So here we have to press on one side of the pastel to actually add that shape. Don't worry if you go out of line. The more alive, the more expressive your strokes are, the more pleasant it is to look. So for me it's easier to do the right side, so I'm practicing. So this, the left side I mean. So when I'm pressing on the left side, it's easier for me to create this kind of shadowy effect. But practice until you feel confident with both sides. So it's gonna make your job a lot easier when you're creating works with pastels. The next thing that I will show you is a petal. So what's a petal? Imagine a flower and it has a petal. So we're creating this. You can create bigger ones or smaller ones. And again, try to make the pressure not the same as you go through, as you're creating your mark. So if we take this and now we try to create a flower, it's also a very nice exercise. So you can see my pressure is not the same on different edges of the pastel. So the same way we can make, we can also use this darker pastel to actually create this kind of a shade in the petals. Just experiment. And here I need to use the other side of the pastel to actually make it happen. Oh, crumbled. So that's another exercise. And now I'm going to show you one more. This is basically the same principle. We're going to be making butterflies. So a wing and another wing in the same, a wing and another wing. And let's add some color to it as well. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to create the shadow here and the shadow here. So you can see how I'm using all these kinds of strokes in creating simple images. One more line that I wanted to show you is dots. So how do you create dots? If you want to create expressive strokes and dots, you place your pastel onto the paper and then you let go and you kind of shoot it upwards or into any direction that you actually need it going, or downwards. So this creates a more lively look. So for example, if we make our butterfly, it's just a simple butterfly. And I'll take this darker one. I need to create the tips of its antennas. So you can see that they are not just two lines like this. You can see the difference between how they look. So these are just some fun exercises you can do to practice creating marks with pastels. So another thing, we can draw leaves. So we're using the same thing that we used before, the same mark. So if you look at leaves, they basically have this shape, and then they have, for example, something darker going here and one side darker. And notice how I'm twisting my pastel when I'm doing the line. I'm not going in a straight line like this, I'm twisting it when I'm going through the leaf. So let's do another one. This one didn't come out. And let's add some shadow to it. So you can see that you can create very beautiful effects if you use greens. For example, these could be wonderful leaves. Then you can create marks for petals. So you can paint, flowers are very beautiful when you paint them with this more expressionistic look. For example, you can create poppies just from the top of my head. And we add some dark here, and then we add the dark middle in here, and basically just add a stem, and we've got a poppy. The same way we can create other kinds of flowers, for example even clover, using these marks, for example, that we will have going this way, and with a darker pastel just outlining the, adding that depth into the flower. Also we can draw a clover, for example, a clover leaf. So one important thing to remember is that you put more pressure on the parts where you have more shadow. So let's draw, for example, I have this clover in front of me that I have with 3 leaves, and what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do pressure on top and leave the inside lighter, because that's how I see it, it's lighter. Again, I'm gonna do pressure here where the top bit is and leave the inside lighter, and the same on the other side. So doing grasses and plants is an amazing way to actually practice these kinds of strokes, and it's going to allow your hand, let's add a bit of shadow here also. Oh, be careful when your pastels break, you need to feel where your pastel is actually going to touch the paper. So this is just the basics of how to use your pastels, what lines you can create. So instead of just going and then blending it out, try different approaches. Flowers, even animals. You can practice, for example, shapes of animals. Look up silhouettes, for example, on Google, and you can practice. If you do a fish, like, and this is a tail, let's say, and let's give it a bit of the flippers. So here we go, that's a fish. Let's see, let's try also a bird. So I will go, and this, to actually make it work, you need to practice, practice, and practice. And you need to pay attention to where your lights and where your shadows are going to fall when you're going to be drawing things, not from a silhouette, for example. But try different pressures, as I said. So let's do a cat, for example, one more. So we have this cat who's jumping. Very important thing is that these lines have to come in one stroke. So if you're trying to do it in multiple strokes, it's not going to look the same. Here we have the paws. And let's do the tail. And the ears. Looks like more like a dog. So we can erase that a bit just to correct the shape. But most importantly is that you practice the strokes, so to make it more cat-like. Let's remove a bit. There we go. So you can see that by varying the strokes it looks more pleasant. So these are the main marks that I have to show you. If you have any questions, do comment below, or if you would like to chat. So thank you for watching. I really appreciate it. I will see you in the next video. Bye.